Mr. Head, who led Transurban's successful $9.2 billion bid to buy a majority control of the 33-kilometer toll road, said cancelling the final stage would also result in congestion worsening on local roads in Sydney's inner west. The City of Sydney Council says the St. Peter's interchange will funnel 120,000 vehicles a day onto local roads. Credit AAP, having two big tunnels built, and not the third completed, would be very detrimental to this community in Sydney's inner west, and he said abandoning the final stage would be very disadvantageous for NSW, which had built a reputation as a very good state in which to invest. But SGS Economics partner Terry Ronsley said there continued to be a steady flow of investment into Victoria following the Andrews government's cancellation of the East-West link in Melbourne, which is estimated to have cost the state $1.3 billion. There is no smoking gun that cancellation of a project would lead to sovereign risk for NSW, he said. WestConnex CEO Andrew Head says ditching the final stage of the project would cost billions of dollars. Credit Jessica Romasings was commissioned by the City of Sydney Council to analyse the strategic business case for WestConnex, and found any benefit was likely to be marginal at best. Fronting the inquiry on Monday, CR Moore said WestConnex had turned from a project intended to link the West with Sydney Airport and Port Botany, as well as a bypass of Parramatta Road, into a toll-driven, money-making venture for sale to the private sector. Our understanding is that in order to make it viable into the future, they have to keep adding new parts, she said, citing the proposed Western Harbour Tunnel and Beaches Link. Is just to keep adding billions and billions to this project. In renewing her calls for WestConnex to be halted, CR Moore said it would have been much better if the money spent on the toll road had been directed to public transport projects. Loading, and she said residents of suburbs such as Alexandria were alarmed at the prospect of 120,000 vehicles a day exiting an interchange at St. Peter's onto local roads. This is such an expensive, costly project for the taxpayer and for the community in so many ways. It should be stopped now because we want to minimize the harm, she said. If the project is, as expected, not scrapped, the council has proposed that the St. Peter's interchange be dramatically and immediately reduced in size, and a direct link be built between Sydney Airport and Port Botany, and the new M5 tunnels, which are part of the second stage of WestConnex. The inquiry has heard from residents concerned about vehicle emissions from WestConnex leading to poor air quality in and around ventilation stacks for tunnels. But Mr. Head, who was Transurban's head of its NSW operations until he was appointed WestConnex boss, cited the $3 billion NorthConnex toll road being built in Sydney's north as evidence of a road project that will lead to improved air quality. I can demonstrate in the case of NorthConnex that the air quality is actually going to get better, he said. The first underground section of WestConnex is due to open to traffic next year, followed by the second stage in early 2020. The government insists the final part of Stage 3, the interchange at Rozelle, will open in late 2023, despite Transurban telling investors recently that it expects it to open by mid-2024.